Perhaps a sigh of relief. There seems to be light at the end of the tunnel for SAA. The Business Rescue Practitioners have just told creditors of the troubled national airline that they've received a letter from National Treasury this morning informing them that Cabinet has decided that South African Airways must be provided with a 10.5 billion rand cash injection. Now, the money is double what the rescue practitioners had said they needed by yesterday to pay out voluntary severance packages to at least 3,000 SAA employees who've opted to leave the company and to start a new restructured airline. Now, the meeting with the creditors is still in progress, and we'll bring you more of that story as it continues to unfold. Meanwhile, the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa, that's NUMSA, as well as the Cabin Crew Association, are picketing outside the SAA headquarters out in Johannesburg today to demand that funding be made available for the airline. The union say Treasury and the Public Enterprises Department should explain where the funding for the voluntary severance packages exactly will actually come from. My colleague Mbongeni Muthwa does have more on this story for us. Then, Mbongeni, it certainly has been a long, hard slog. Confirmation then that indeed saving SAA is going to happen.
Well, that's what Mr. Sivio Dongwana, one of the co-administrators, one of the two business rescue practitioners, told the creditors meeting of SAA when they met about an hour ago that they had received this letter from government saying there is a clear cabinet decision that this 10.5 billion rand that SAA needs to fund the rescue package must be provided. What is remaining now are the details of when exactly that funding is going to come through, and also the manner that it's going to come through. He said they expect to have those details by sometime next week, and when they do, they will then call another meeting with the creditors to inform them. At the moment, the meeting has adjourned briefly to allow for the participants in the meeting, the creditors, which of course includes the trade unions who are also part of the meeting, to chew on this piece of information and decide on questions for clarity or statements that they want to make to the business rescue practitioners. So we expect the meeting to resume, and then there's going to be a final word in terms of the way forward.
We do expect, of course, some sort of either documentation or perhaps some prescripts and communication then from either it be SAA, the Business Rescue Practitioners, National Treasury, as you've noted already, giving word as well with regards to the money as well. Then it takes one brave decision in a time of COVID-19 to make the assessment that, yes, SAA will get the money when it's continued to suffer for so long. It's also a backtrack then from National Treasury, who said they'd help mobilize the money and that it was still their position that a strategic equity partner would be needed. Has anything strayed away from that at present? Are we still expected to get some sort of strategic equity partner? Is that the future of SAA still?
Well, the Department of Public Enterprises, interestingly, issued a statement last night on the eve of this meeting today, which was going to discuss the possibility of liquidating SAA, of course, with the government having missed yesterday's deadline that the BRPs had set for government to provide at least 5 billion rand immediately to get the rescue plan off the ground. They issued a statement sticking to the line that they've maintained all along, that they are working with National Treasury to find the money to fund the rescue package, and that they've got unsolicited interests from a number of overseas airlines that would like to partner with a new restructured SAA. So as far as the Department of Public Enterprise is concerned, that is still very much part of the plan, and they are convinced that it's only a matter of time before that is secured. Now, of course, this development that now government actually makes a commitment to providing the 10.5 billion rand, it should ease the fears that the workers especially have been having lately, that now with no money coming through from government, even those people who have applied for voluntary severance packages were facing a prospect that SAA could be liquidated and they would end up getting nothing. So at least now that there's this commitment from Cabinet, at least it removes that possibility, and the workers especially that are desperate for these voluntary severance packages. Of course, we must understand that also what made people apply for these voluntary severance packages is because they are desperate. They haven't been receiving salaries for the past 5 months. They've only been getting the TERS UIF money, which is not a lot. It doesn't go enough to meet all their monthly expenses. So it's quite a positive development, of course, but we need to wait for further details of exactly when the money is going to come into SAA's bank account.
Yeah, certainly quite interesting there on that front. Mbongeni Muthwa, thank you so much for the time, and always great with regards to your reporting as well. Then do keep it coming in.